Good afternoon. My name is Carolina, and along with Abby, we are working on some wonderful options for you for the Galapagos this summer. This is one of our favorite destinations. I have personally been there at least 7 times. I've been specializing in the islands for 19 years. So, any questions you have, please reach out. We are here to help. I have put together a special itinerary for your family based on one of the options that we work with all year long. So, let me show you what that would look like. And that way you kind of get a sense of how things work and maybe some tweaks that we need to do for you. This is a private trip for the 6 of you, so we can really change anything you'd like. It is based around a cruise that has preset dates, but of course, there are at least 30 boats that we love. So if we need to tweak the dates, just let me know and I will show you some other options. So this trip will start on August 10th. You will fly from the United States to Quito. It's the main airport. There's a second airport called Guayaquil. So if you find that your flights are better to Guayaquil, let me know because we can kind of alter the itinerary and make it around your flights. But Quito is wonderful. It's a big, colonial, colorful city, lots of culture here. So I highly suggest we start or end there, and you'll get a glimpse of, life in the Andes if you visit there. You arrive in Quito, we pick you up. My whole team is there. So there'll be a driver and a private car for you and a guide that will be holding a sign with your names. And then we'll drive to downtown, which is about a 45-minute transfer. And we check into the old town of Quito, which is really wonderful. It's filled with squares and just lots of activity here, great restaurants. So I like putting my guests here. That way you can step outside and you can walk around, enjoy photography and enjoy just the energy of Quito. So before our cruise to the Galapagos, we will have a full day on August 11th to enjoy Quito. So the private guide will come back and show you the highlights. So because you're with kids, we're going to really make it family friendly. We won't just go from museums to cathedrals. We're going to do a chocolate experience. We're going to do some experiments on the equator line. We'll go to, maybe Pichincha volcano, whatever it is that interests you. Perhaps you are museum lovers or art lovers. I have some great ideas for you here. The idea is that it is a private day for the 6 of you. We tweak it ahead of time. We tweak it along the way. It's very flexible. We'll arrange a beautiful lunch for you. I usually like to take my family to the Crater restaurant. You eat right next to an active volcano, and it's a really wonderful experience. So, 2 nights in Quito before the Galapagos. Now, if you have flexible dates, if you have extra time, I highly suggest um, adding a night or two because that way we can do some adventure. We can horseback ride in the Cotopaxi National Park under an active, beautiful volcano with the ranchers, get a good sense of the culture in the Andes, or we can go to a massive indigenous market called Otavalo. We can do a lot of experiences here. There are hot springs around. There's just a lot to see in this region without having to fly or anything. There's even a cloud forest. So if you love birds and beautiful nature, we can enjoy that. Lots of waterfalls and things like that. And that's also by land. Or if you have an extra 3 nights, then I highly suggest adding the Amazon jungle. It's just a 30-minute flight away to Coca. And there you have parrot clay licks and monkeys and so much wildlife and just the beauty of the Amazon jungle. Huge hit with families because you get to visit local communities and play soccer with the local kids, but also go out and dugout canoes and lots of adventures. So if you have extra time, just ask. Abby and I can incorporate that into your itinerary. But on this particular trip, 2 nights in Quito, and then we are off to the Galapagos Islands. So we take you to the airport, we take care of your entry tickets, ID cards, boarding passes. We have a Galapagos expert there at the airport so he can help you shift from line to line. Then 2.5 hour flight and you're in the islands. Once you're in the islands, the boat will pick you up. And the boat that I chose is the Natural Paradise. Natural Paradise is a 16-person, 8-cabin boat. Really wonderful, very family friendly. We use it all throughout the year. We have such wonderful reviews when families come back because the guides really pay attention. There are 2 guides on board, which is unusual in the Galapagos. Usually there's only one, which means they split up the group. There's less waiting, there's less people at each side. This is really important because you're going there for the wildlife, you're going there for the experiences, so you want to have as much time on each side as possible. This is a newer boat, which means that it's going faster. And I put a little map here for you. We will be in the islands for 7 nights. And as you see, you hit the west coast, the east coast, you go north, you go south, and all the central little sites. There are so many spots that you will be able to visit on this itinerary, and that comes from the fact that it's a newer yacht and it moves faster. So you're not spending more time traveling, you're spending more time on all the sites, and that way we can get off the boat 2 to 3 times a day. And so what do you do in the Galapagos? The whole point of coming here is the wildlife, highly, highly protected. So you will see an abundance of animals, different colonies on each island. And the whole difference and what makes Galapagos special is that there are rarely any predators, which means the animals have no fear. So as you see in this photo, the sea lions don't run, don't scurry away, and the birds will land around you. And when you're in the water, baby penguins and baby sea lions will come up and they're so curious and you can go swimming with them. There's lots of rules, of course, and they will explain that with you, to you and your children, but it's a very comfortable boat. We have 3 suites for you, 2 suites and 1 junior suite, and that allows you to be all on the upper deck together. 2 suites have the balcony and the junior suite is large but does not have a balcony. So you will all have this space right next to each other. You can keep an eye out on the kids. There are 3 decks on board, indoor and outdoor dining. There's just so many thrills. On the upper deck, there's also a hot tub. So during the downtime, kids can enjoy the boat itself. And like I said, the guides keep you busy. With all the excursions, you will get off the boat every day and you will get in the water every day. So you can snorkel, you can stand up paddleboard, you can go kayaking. Wetsuits are included. So if the water feels chilly in August, which usually it does, you just wear your wetsuits. I just went with my dad in August 2 years ago, and I don't wear wetsuits, but I love cold water, so it doesn't bother me. But you will see people sometimes wear a wetsuit, sometimes they don't, but they're provided. So you're covered. All the snorkeling gear, everything for your kids is included. So you will do some hiking every day. You will have water activities every day. There's white sand beaches and islands that have red sand and islands that have black sand from the volcanic rock. Just so many wonderful experiences. So 7 days can really pack a lot of activity, plus plenty of free time on board so you can relax, enjoy a sunset cocktail or reading a book. You definitely have time for that as well. But it's just such a wonderful place to take kids. I've seen the ages of your children, perfect for this adventure because they still have the curiosity, but they're adventurous and outgoing, so they can do all the activities and you're not limited. So that is what the trip would look like. On that last day, on August 19th, we will wrap up with the last excursion, and then we will take you to the airport and fly you back to the mainland and then fly home. So on this day, you can also think about, okay, well, I have extra days. I can extend it to the Amazon. I can extend it to the Andes. I can go to Hacienda and live in a ranch for a day or two. So many wonderful experiences. Just ask. We are here to help. Make sure this trip feels like it's yours. And any questions, just reach out. And thank you so much for listening. Happy travels.